Hello, my name is John Smithin, and I'm the Executive Co-Director and a Fellow of the Aurora Philosophy Institute here in Aurora, Ontario, Canada. I'm here today with Will Fletcher, who I think has a few philosophical suggestions for us. Welcome, Will.
Thanks, John, and hello, everyone. The simplest introduction to what this is about is for me to read the short correspondence between John and me, which started just a few days ago. I wrote, John, I remember so well the lessons of one of my mathematics teachers many, many years ago when I was in my early teens. Before starting any session in arithmetic, algebra, or geometry, he would say a few words on the news of the day or on a completely different subject. The Great Wall of China, the pyramids of Egypt, for example, or even on the subtleties of the English language. In this spirit of touching nonconformity, I suggest a few words from a favorite poet at the beginning of one of our philosophy lessons. So that was what started it all, my few words to John. So now, extracts from The Deserted Village by Oliver Goldsmith. The setting is mid-18th century England, at the start, of course, of the Industrial Revolution. And trembling, shrinking from the spoiler's hand, far, far away, thy children leave the land. Ill fares the land to hastening ills a prey, where wealth accumulates and men decay. Princes and lords may flourish or may fade. A breath can make them as a breath has made. But a bold peasantry, their country's pride, when once destroyed, can never be supplied. A time there was ere England's griefs began, when every rood of ground maintained its man. For him, like labor, spread her wholesome store, just gave what life required, but gave no more. His best companions, innocence and health, and his best wishes, and his best riches, ignorance of wealth. That's the first extract. That describes the village itself. The second extract is to do with the village schoolmaster. Yet he was kind, or if severe in aught, the love he bore to learning was in fault. The village all declared how much he knew. 'Twas certain he could write and cipher too. Lands he could measure, terms and tides presage, and even his tour ran that he could gauge. In arguing too, the parson owned his skill, for even though vanquished, he could argue still, while words of learned length and thundering sound amazed the gazing rustics ranged around. And still they gazed, and still the wonder grew, that one small head would carry all he knew. That concludes the second extract. A quick word about Oliver Goldsmith. He was born in Ireland in 1778, went to the University, Trinity College, University of Dublin, and also Edinburgh University and the University of Oxford. He spent most of his adult life in London. And a little addendum at the end of all this. This is to do with my maths teacher, back to my maths teacher. The maths teacher once blended arithmetic and English by asking, what's the difference between 10 square feet and 10 feet squared? The answer, of course, is 90 square feet. And this could be illustrated quite quickly by sketching a few sketching a graphical representation of the question, which leads me to another subject which is the interest of graphics. This saying that a picture is worth 1,000 words, and we always seem to remember the pictures. So graphics, they just paint pictures in our minds. Thanks, John.